Hey guys, welcome back. So in the previous video we looked at how to clean up the code quite a bit by using these tasks when we have successive kind of like asynchronous operations that should happen. So what we're going to do now is let's add in some progress dialogue so that the user knows what's going on in the application. The majority of the work is being done after inside of this onActivityResult method, right? So the first thing we're actually going to do is let's just extract this stuff into another method. So let's say, what are we interested in? We want, let's see here, private void on, maybe on photo ready. And then we're going to pass in the URI path to image. So then let's just copy all of this right here. We're going to make this guy private, or final, sorry. And then we're going to do path to image. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do on photo ready data.get data. And then we don't need to make this final anymore because there aren't any more anonymous in our classes. Okay, great. Now our code is really starting to look nice. Every function does something very specialized, and none of them runs into anything longer than maybe like 10 or so lines. Even this one, which does a ton of work, right? I mean, think about it. We're fetching the friends, and then we're matching up the friends to parse users, and then we're actually saving the photo, and we're creating photo targets, and then we're actually, what are we doing? We're sending push notifications to all these users. So we're doing all of that in a very, very compact and concise, 20 lines. So now, what we want to do is let's show a progress dialog. So this is really easy. The first thing we're going to do is we're just going to do progress dialog dot show, and then the context is this, and then let's just create a set of very generic. Let's create a set of generic messages. So it'll just be like loading, and then we can do one more. Please wait, and then that's just going to be please wait ... right? And so then we can do r.string.loading. So this is the title, remember, and then the next parameter is the message, which in this case was please wait. And let's see here, did I mess up? So yeah, so actually I don't think we can pass in the integer resources. I think we actually need to wrap it in this getString method, which extracts the string from the resource. And so then once we do that, we actually are going to get a progress dialog reference. But this still presents a problem because, let's see here. So that's going to show it, right? And so then what we're going to do is in this continue with method, we're just going to do if the dialog is not equal to null anymore, and we're going to do dialog.cancel. So this will work, but there are some cases in which you're going to run into problems. The first thing is, say that the user selects a photo, and then all of these asynchronous operations start. But say it's still going on, and the user clicks the home button. The problem is we haven't actually canceled this dialog yet, right? So the progress dialog is still on the screen, but we've canceled the home button. When we do that, we actually leak some resources because we need to close basically all of the views that we currently have on display whenever you press the home button or anything, right? So what we need to do is we need to shut this dialog down whenever onPause is called, which is, if you remember, an activity lifecycle method. So whenever this onPause method is called, we need to shut down any kind of dialogues or any kind of things we have showing on the screen. So the way we do this is we have to create a reference to the dialog up here. Progress dialog. So we have to create a reference to the dialog up here, and then we have to check to see if it's null, because the user might not have actually started any kind of photo upload process, and so the progress dialog won't have actually been created. So if it isn't null, then we're going to cancel it, and then we're going to set it to null. So we're going to set it to null because we don't want anyone else to be able to use it anymore. Then what we're going to do is we're just going to set mProgressDialog to the dialog that we're showing, and then we are going to make sure we're canceling it when the operation has actually finished. Very simple. Now one thing to be wary of, this continue with method or actually all of these methods, they're not called back on the main thread by default. I believe they're called back on different threads. So if you want them to be called on the main thread, you actually have to add in a second parameter right here, which is called executors. I think it's called executor, not executor. It's executors dot UI. Not quite. I don't remember it off the top of my head. So let's jump into the method right here. And so it's in the java.util.concurrent.executor class, I believe. So there's immediate executors. Okay, so it's in the task class. And we want task.executor.ui thread executor. Gotcha. Here we go. It's called task.ui thread executor. So what this does is it tells, or it basically tells parse to call whatever inside of this method callback on the main thread, on the UI thread. If we don't do that, if we do task.background thread executor, then whatever is inside of this callback method is going to be called in the background thread. So this is great because if you need to do some kind of, data processing or bitmap processing, you can just specify background executor and it'll automatically take care of it in a different background thread. In our case, whenever we're canceling the progress dialog, because this is on the main thread, we need to specify that we are working on the main thread by adding in this UI executor. And so that should work. Alright, so now let me start this up again. Let me run it on my device. And let me, let's see, let me set up my recorder too. So it was screen recorder. There we go. Alright, let me fire up my device now. I'm going to take a photo, choose my gallery. I'm going to choose my keyboard, an image of my keyboard. And here we go, we have a progress dialog. It's spinning in the background and it closed. So let's see here, that was pretty quick actually. So it closed because it really just got to this part right here where it was saving the photo in the background. But let's see here. Yeah, I think it should be fine. And so it sent the request for the push notifications, which should be delivered at some point. So now just to double check this right here. Yeah, the photo jumped up to 17, so everything is still working as expected. Okay, so this, I hope you guys saw how to use progress dialogs now. Just remember that you should always cancel them in your on-pause methods and set the references to them to null. Anyways, I think that does wrap up this course pretty much. I hope you guys learned a lot. I hope you guys learned how to work with parse, how to work with Android. In particular, I hope you learned how to write better Java and Android code. In particular, extracting stuff to different classes using the resources folder, using like the strings folder so that you could handle localization easier. Using tasks and getting rid of a lot of pyramid code, basically just making your code look a lot nicer, using push notifications. We've gone through quite a lot, and I'm pretty happy with the stuff that we've gone through and the stuff that I've taught you guys. So I'll see you guys in the next course. Alright, bye.